gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world.
All right, guys, as Joe's pouring his wine, you can hear it clearly. Thanks, Joe. Good job. You're a champ. All right, guys. Thank you. Oh, that sounds better. Much better.
Yes.
Thank you for joining the Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast, guys. This is episode 109.
Moving on up.
Yep. July 28th, 2025, downtown St. Joe, Michigan. Thank you for joining us, guys. I got it right, Joe. Don't say anything. Stop laughing. Right. Guys, we have a special show tonight, guys. All right. First of all, I'm your host, James Gill. This is co-host Joe Hill.
Still here.
We have Janet Moore Schrader here tonight.
Did you say it right?
Yes, he did.
Oh my God.
Nailed it.
Good job,
Yes,
Give me a
James.
10 on that one, yo.
Good job.
Welcome to the show, Janet.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank us.
Wrong thing.
Wow, that's pretty cool. How do you do that for me?
Well,
You're
that
still
button
there.
right there. Now it's not. All right.
So,
This is what I want to do right
go, Janet.
here. All right, Janet, welcome to the show. We appreciate you joining us.
It's good to be here.
Good.
Oh, you want me to start? Okay.
No,
All right.
let's jump right in, Joe.
So, I know I was supposed to.
Pouring your
actually.
wine.
I know. So, Janet, I really didn't know who you were until I saw a couple of your pieces.
Yes, I saw the pieces.
And
They were very, very, very sorry.
yeah. So people know who you are besides being the sand pirate. How you
Very
put it, how
talented
you put
sand
it to
pirate.
me.
Yeah.
How'd you get into it and how long you been doing it?
Oh, that is a story.
Oh, we like stories.
I've been doing this playing in the sand for money for about 19 years. I know it still cracks me up. Pinch myself. All sand sculptors get into it in different ways. My story is I woke up in 2001 with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Wow.
I was, I think, about 36, 2 young kids at home, a wonderful husband. And I spent the whole summer in a hospital bed. Loyola University saved my life.
Good for you.
One day in between treatment, I was sent home and I was going to my young nephew's birthday party. And I looked in the mirror and I had an eye patch. My hair was gone. I had a do-rag on. My throat was cut open from removing a little test thing they wanted to see. Eye patch. And so I looked in the mirror and said, I hope my nephew's party is a costume party. I'm coming as a pirate. And that stuck. And so the day I was sent home and said I was cured, I turned on the TV and watched 2 planes crash into the tower. It was 9/11.
Wow.
I had never been on antidepressants. I had never been on steroids. And there I was, left home alone. My husband had kissed me goodbye and said, you can be okay by yourself for the first time. And I'm like, yeah, sure. My mom had my kids for the day. But when I turned on that TV, everybody thought it was going to be World War III. So I continued to take my codeine or whatever they gave me for 3 days. And then I threw it down the toilet because I realized I wasn't in pain. I was fine. I was just depressed. There wasn't any planes going by. And again, I thought I was raising little babies for World War III. So I threw everything down the toilet and I crashed. And then I hit depression, which I didn't recognize as depression because I thought depression was not being able to get out of bed, boo-hoo, woe is me. Mine was more like standing at the stove for 4 hours, wondering what to cook and never cooking anything. I was stuck in neutral. And so I tried everything to get over it because the chemicals had rewired my brain. I saw a shrink. I read many self-help books. And finally, I did what always helps me. I went back to my favorite place, 1 foot in the water and 1 foot in Lake Michigan. And I started walking. I couldn't do a jumping jack for over a year. So I'm like, I can't leave the earth. What's going on?
Yeah.
And so I went down there and it was a struggle to walk. And my husband's like, what are you doing down there? And I'm like, collecting the little Indian beads, the crinoids, the
Yes.
fossils.
Yeah.
And I would hold them up to the sky and say, thank you, I'm still alive. So I told him I was counting my blessings until I could figure out what to do. So I did that for a while, and I collected all the rocks, and I decided I was going to be able to figure out whatever kind of rock I found, I would know what it was. I've given that up, but I do give lectures on everything I have found on the beach. So this went on for a few years where I'm just collecting all these rocks, and I knew that I wanted to start a business, that everything I'd ever volunteered for, I now wanted to get paid because I do a lot of fun volunteering. And I realized we're all on a timeline, just like Abraham Lincoln when you're in school and you're like, he's born here, he dies here, and here's what he did in between. And I'm like, we're all on a timeline. We never know when it's going to be over. I'm going to
Exactly.
fill mine with fun, and I'm going to find a way to get paid to do it. So I was researching all the rocks and fossils. And then one day, Lake Michigan swept them all out like it does sometimes. So I made a tiny sandcastle, and I went back to my public library, New Buffalo, and got another book. And it was called Sandcastles Made Simple by Sandy Feet and Amazing Walter. And I Googled the authors, and I thought, these people travel the world getting paid to play in the sand. Sign me up. So I started practicing. I started a business, what I called all unplugged activities. Because I live in Lakeside, 90% second homeowners, they were looking for something to do. After the first year, I realized the only thing they wanted me for was teaching them how to play in the sand and photographing their families all
Oh.
together. So this continued for a few years, and my family's like, at first they're like, you're going to do what? I'm like, I'm going to get paid to teach people how to play in the sand. And they're like, we're just happy you survived cancer. And then one day I got a call for a job offer, and it was for Wrigley Field. And I called my brother because my family's all from Chicago. Grandma was a Cubs fan. Grandpa was a Sox fan, South Side.
Yeah.
So I called my brother, huge Cubs fan. And I'm like, hey, I think the Cubs want me to do a job. And he's like, oh, South Bend, nice. I'm like,
Oh man.
I've been called to the majors. And so it was during the time where they had the bleachers redone by a major corporation, and they sponsored 5 Saturday events. And I was the first one. It was a beach bash. They also handed out suntan lotion, which they will never, ever do again. There was lots of fights with them.
It's really
So I told him I promise. It was during the game, and the city has its own life. It vibrates. And every time the L went by, the tabletop I was working on would rattle back and forth, and it started to fall down.
wow.
And they were still using jackhammers during the game to finish it up. But I did complete a sandcastle that had ivy crawling on it with the numbers. I had a little Ernie Bank figurine because I always play with my sand sculptures. And on the main entrance of the sandcastle, it had their marquee in it. I also made winter flags
cool.
to stick in. So, yeah, my brother's like, okay, I think you're legit now.
Wow. So how do they find you?
Well, I mimicked the lady that I had found her book.
Yeah.
And so I was only doing family parties because everybody comes up and they bring the grandparents, the adult kids, and the grandchildren, and they shove 500 people in one little house. I'm kidding. It's usually like 30.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I started just doing family parties for like $250. And my family's like, this is never going to fly. And it did. And then they wanted me to party with them, and they wanted me to drink with them on the beach. I'm like, wait, I found a job where I can drink on the job. And then I started doing a thing. We had Art Attack in Harbor Country, and I advertised. And because I also do mixed media with everything I find on the beach. Box of rocks, sell it, because I had a pet rock when I was a kid, so I knew it would work. And so a promoter from a trade show they did an article on Art Attack, and I was demonstrating sand sculpting, and he called me, and he kept calling me kiddo. And when I finally met him, he was like 20 years younger than me. So I'd never, had talked to people just by texting because, this has been like 18 years now for me, 17 or 18 years that I've been doing this. So when the trade show came up, I gave him a price. I thought he surely will turn me down. It was for 2 trade shows. And they wanted me to do publicize, so live segments when the networks would come down to the show. And I gave them a figure. I thought, no, they're never going to hire me. And they did. So I had to show up and do it. The first one was the Detroit Cottage and Lakefront Living Show in Novi, Michigan. And the publicist said, oh, they want you to do a sand sculpting demonstration live in the studio. And I'm like, oh, no, they don't want my sand in there. It'll never happen. And so I got out of that. And then when I went over to the Grand Rapids Sister Show, that promoter said, we're going here, here, and here for live interviews in studio. And I'm like, okay. And I used to be shy. And then they put that camera on me and I'm like, I kind of like this. So I love teaching sand sculpting. A lot of sand sculptors just will do big sculptures for, like an air show or something. I prefer to teach because I get such a kick out of when people stand back and go, I can't believe I made that. I'm like, yes, you did.
Yeah.
So I teach multi-generations how to play, but I also do a lot of corporate team building before COVID, starting to get back into it. I see you're wearing a Notre Dame shirt. They were going to have me before COVID, and then it got canceled on campus.
Really?
And so I had sand sculptors from around the United States going, you're going to be on Notre Dame campus? I'm like, yeah. And then COVID hit. But I usually get a job at least once a year by their faculty, and we go out to St. Joe, and they always want to do the same building. It's different students every year. So I finally bought a little Mary to put on top of her. So, but last year they did the food. They have this crazy food vehicle that goes from dorm to dorm. Yep. And so that group of kids did something different, and they did their little food robot. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun jobs, met a lot of fun people. I stopped sleeping in $29.99 hotels because a lot of street fairs hire me and then hotels sponsor. So I've been given the 4-star treatment, and I'm not going back.
There you go. There's no reason you should go back.
No.
Now,
Wow.
that was
That's a lot, right?
That was a lot to take in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've had a little caffeine today, so
That doesn't bother me. It was more, I'm thinking to myself, wow, you get to play in the sand for fun.
And get paid for it.
And get paid for it.
I know. I'm still pinching myself.
And get paid probably well.
Yeah, more than clowns make, because I was doing an event, and the clown asked me how much I was making. I realized he was making more than me, and I had to change that because
Step up your game.
Yeah, because sand sculptors, it's really hard to figure out what they're making. But I do a lot of last minute family parties. Is that family lessons I call them? It's 2 hours long. And we start with tabletops, as I call it. They make their own piles so they know how to make a good sculpture when I'm not there. And they learn that there's 3 different kinds of sand: dry, wet, and damp. They all have their uses. And there's 3 different kinds of ways to make a sculpture. One using the forms and molds, the castle toppers. Yeah. One working out of a bucket where you have at least 1 inch of water on top, but it's filled with sand. And the drip castle, a lot of people start with.
My whole family's done that way.
Yeah. And then the third way is a soft pile up, where you just pile up sand, and then you have to coat it with water because you want to get some height first. If you're on a dry pound, it's when you go to carve into it or cut into it, it's like a broken beanbag chair. That dry in the middle will pull out.
So is that the worst one to work with?
No, it's not. As long as you know that you have to coat water on top of it, because to make a good sand sculpture, it takes about 50% water to 50% sand. And it's all about the friction. The cleaner you feel when you walk off the beach, the harder it is to make a sand sculpture. So Lake Michigan's quartz sand is very, very hard. Not this last weekend, but the weekend before, there was a major sand sculpting event in Michigan City. They hire a company out of Florida, and they bring in major sand sculptors from around the United States and sometimes other parts of the world. And they do not care for our sand. So I've been to their sand piles, and I think they play in dirt. It's not sand. So if you have to really scrub to get the sand off when you walk off a beach, that will stick and stack, and then you can go high and carve and make eyelashes. You can't do that on Lake Michigan sand.
Not all the time, but sometimes actually it still sticks to my feet because I live down there. So
Yeah.
it's hard to rub off. Even when you put water on it, it still sticks to my feet. So,
yes, but it doesn't stain our clothes.
No.
So a better analogy would be if it stains your clothes, whatever's staining the clothes binds it together. The master sand sculptors will say Lake Michigan sand is like stacking oranges or marbles. It's just been wind blown. It's round. There's nothing that holds it together except the water. So we pack it in forms and stomp on it. So I have wrap forms. I use 4 C clamps, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, huge sheet of plastic. And then it looks like Lucille Ball stomping grapes. You put a little bit of sand, a lot of water, and then the harder you compact it, the more you can carve into it.
Now,
I talk a lot about food too when I'm teaching.
Is there a difference between sand from a lake to the sand from the ocean?
Yes. So I haven't played too much with the sand from the ocean, but lake has more debris or silt, and the clay, the silty kind of stuff is what will bind it together. And so then you can go higher and more details. But with our lake, which is actually like technically called, I believe, an inland ocean because of the so much surf, all the sand has been wind. So a lot of sand contests on the ocean, they actually will bring in sand that has just been dug up because it hasn't been tumbled. It isn't rounded by nature, and it will cling better together.
I'm learning a lot about sand.
Yeah,
More than you thought you'd ever need to know.
I actually am more intrigued because I didn't think there was that sand.
Well, it's definitely sand. It's probably much different than.
I didn't know that one.
So a lot of sand sculptors try to collect sand, which you can get in trouble if you bring like rocks or sand back from like Italy.
Yep.
I had a friend from Italy. I did happen to go over there, and she's like, if everybody took a rock, we'd be flat. You can't do that. They're national treasures. And you will get huge fines at the airport. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mexico, you can't bring sand from Mexico. You can't cross the state line or national lines.
So you can't bring soil to another part of
because
the world.
It might have things in it.
They might have things in it, and on top of it, my bacteria or something that was already there that you're crossing international lines.
I had no idea.
They won't let you bring.
Clue about that.
It's the same thing with fruit. Different types of fruit. They don't let you bring anything across.
Well,
So I did not collect the black sand when I was in Hawaii because you get bad juju when you do that. Anything from the land, they have thousands of pieces of lava sent back to the post office.
Still did. I did.
Did you get some black sand here?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I brought sand back from Hawaii.
Yeah, I did bring a little bit of green because it was in my suit and it came from the ocean.
Exactly.
I didn't want, I forget her name, the goddess of land in Hawaii. Thousands of pieces every year are sent back because they just don't want it.
It was in my swimsuit. They didn't check it.
Right.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've seen some of your pictures on your Facebook page. Joe showed me some pictures today. What is the toughest sand sculpture you ever made?
I would say SpongeBob's nose. I was trying to get it to go straight out, and it took like 5 times because you just can't make it go straight out. He was laying down, but the toughest, the contest, because I usually don't compete in contests. I'm one of the few sand sculptors that actually play with my sculptures. They make them as art pieces.
Yeah.
And I see all the toys that you have here, and I just want to, mess with them. But
Not the only one.
when people ask me to make something that's realistic, because they're, that doesn't quite look like it. So I would rather make an imaginary dragon or a sand monster that eats parents that let their children scream for their attention.
love
But they
it.
come up and ask me,
I
"What
love
is
it.
this?" And I'm like, "It's the sand serpent coming out of a hole." Well, what does it do? And I'm like, "It eats
Jeez.
parents that let their children scream for their attention."
All right, I'll go with what he was going with this question. The one you sent me had flames coming out of it.
Oh yeah,
How the hell did you do that?
Yeah,
magic.
I like it.
That was on a private beach. So I raised two boys. So I specialize in making dragons that you can sit on, kind of like how to train your dragon.
Yeah.
And if it's a private beach, I have found 4-inch smoke bombs that I stick down the nose.
Oh,
Because the little ones, they only light for a few seconds. And then by the time you try to take a picture, they're gone. But that particular night, I had
It was like
I had a
luau.
little bit of dried beach grass that I stuck in its mouth and lit it. I don't recommend it because New Buffalo almost burnt down because people didn't know how to shoot fireworks one year. That beach grass will
catch on.
ignite.
Yeah.
But I had buckets of water standing by, and we were really close to the water's edge because we build always on the water's edge because it takes as much water. So you don't want to build way back and have to carry all that water
Yeah.
back and forth.
That was very impressive. I even actually showed my mom. Actually, I said, "This is what I'm having on tonight."
Yeah.
Because she's a big sandcastle, and you even said Indian beads.
Yes.
My mom collected that like it was like it was like crack. And she had to find them. She had to go to the beach, sit there on her chair, and just sit and just
Sift through the sand.
She made stuff out of it. She
Yeah.
made little
Mhm.
figurines. She made, well, she's a hippie. She made a little roach clip with them. She made a lot of stuff with them and covered up one box full of them. I mean, she has probably about, I would just say like, I'm gonna give this a wild number of like 10,000 Indian beads, and she separated them all by little things, and they're inside this glass case that
Yeah.
of her thing that she made popping out, and you could see them all. I mean, it was amazing. Now I'm doing it. I don't know if it's just because I'm following my mom's trait, but I go down there to the beach. I do sit on the beach and just sit there, and I have to look.
You look
down.
around. You look around.
I do. I look down and find an Indian
Yeah.
bead, and I
Mhm.
give it to her. I say, "Hey, look what I found." So
Crinoids are about 365 million years old. They're older than the dinosaurs by 100 million years or something crazy. The first couple of years when I was doing Sand Pirate, I did art shows and I would sketch out what crinoids look like and then glue them onto the piece so people could figure it out. They're an invertebrate animal related to the starfish family, and they're still in existence.
Mhm.
I could not find my necklace to wear, but the year I was married, 30 years, I collected them all and strung them, and I can put it around my neck 4 times.
Yep. My mom did the same thing, and I even have one myself. But she was drilling the hole. She bought a Dremel and started dremeling
With
it
the
out.
diamond tip in water.
Yep.
So you can take a stout needle. I do this in the winter sometimes, and sometimes it's just packed sand. Other times you do have to take the drill to it, and it's an up and down kind of pumping motion in the water. But I break about 20% of them, so I only try it on the really big ones. So.
I saw that necklace, and so that whole necklace was a Indian bead.
Indian beads that I found in
that's
1
a
year.
lot.
Yeah, the most I have found in one day was over 100. I did go to the beach 3 times that day. It was a Memorial weekend. So the best time I think to treasure hunt on Lake Michigan is in the fall. A lot of the tourists are gone, but it's the northwest wind that picks up the water and pushes that gravel up onto the beach.
Just go to Lions Park. They're all the
I don't
rocks.
get that far.
The rocks are still out right now. So yeah.
Yeah, I hear this end has got more rocks, and so does the lower end of Michigan, like Grand Beach does. So much so that I don't teach sand sculpting there because they don't really have that much sand. So take them up to Warren Dunes and teach. But yeah, I have a lot of beach glass too.
There's not a lot of beach glass around here on Lions and Silver, but it's amazing.
Probably because the people get up at 7 or 6:30 in the morning and pick it.
Not
crazy.
No one picks Lions Beach. Lions and Silver people actually. Silver is owned by the county, so the county comes with a big giant I'll call it like a big giant machine that rakes.
They
up
rake the beach,
They
yeah.
rake the beach, and they
Yeah.
come around and but you can see where they're turning around and right at the sign. They go back around. They don't do lines because why the city?
And you do have to be. The
Yeah.
state Warren Dunes has a great rock identification. Mr. Latest, I believe, is still the ranger out there leading it, along with stargazing on Friday and Saturday nights, which is really fun.
Stargazing.
Now,
Mhm.
does the water receding, not the receding, but the water that makes the beach somewhat disappear lately, does that affect your travels as far as looking for new
Locations.
locations
Yeah.
and things of that nature?
So I was an elected official for Chickamine Township Park Board.
Yeah.
We have 7 road end access points. One's considered a beach, Cherry Beach. And the year I was on the park board, the lake was high. It's like a 20 to 30 year cycle. I think when the lake froze over, it caused not a whole lot of evaporation. So the lake levels were really high. The United States Corps of Engineers really needs to set back their ordinary high water mark because people are building on the edge where they shouldn't. But when the water was high, people were fighting for a piece of sand to play on.
Yeah.
And at some of my beaches, I could not really make a sand sculpture because the water was slapping up against the dune grass. So that year it was a little bit high, but where I'm at now, there's a whole lot of sand because again, 20 to 30 year cycle, it's getting low now. So lots of sand.
So before you ask a question, we have 2 people for you. From Johnny Ford. Hello, Janet. Love you, girl.
Oh.
Johnny Ford. And then
Thanks, Johnny.
Love you too, Johnny.
Frida Jackson, my beautiful, talented friend.
Frida. Yeah, Frida also was one of the group that hung out with Juanita and Tanya,
Okay.
Johnny's sister and cousin. So
At least
well, them taking me back some decades.
So with the sculptures, what's the most sculpture you ever did that took you the longest? I would ask that question actually. What took you the longest?
The contest that I just did, it's 3 days, and I think it's like 22 or 24 hours total.
Wow.
So that's long in the hot sun. But the trade shows are 3 to 4 days long. And I'll make a huge castle and teach in between. And then on Sunday, the last class I teach is how to storm it. It's a 20-minute process.
What's storming mean?
Storming means we knock it down.
Oh, really?
Stormed a castle.
All right, there you go. You have
So-
it right there, Joe.
I was actually picturing that, but I was hoping I wasn't right. But I was.
I once did for practice a sandcastle that was about eye level, so 5 feet. And I worked on it in the morning at a public beach, town line, Union Pier. And I got to the top of the steps and I put my little business card in it that at the time looked like a pirate flag, cross shovels. I stood at the top and I'm like, that's going to get me some business. And then I proceeded to watch 2 teenage boys knock it down to the ground.
Oh man.
And I got mad. And I'm like, why am I so mad? Because I could have had more fun knocking it down.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I give the option when I do a family party, whoever's paying me, I quietly say, it's on a public beach. The best pictures you're going to get is when they knock it down. I mean, there's a lot of good pictures, but the faces on the people who are stomping it to the ground, and we never hit it because we pound on it so hard that, especially like mason sand indoors is a little bit different than the beach sand I'm using. I pack it so hard that if you threw your shoulder into it like a football player, you would dislocate your shoulder,
Wow.
break a foot if you kicked it. I was doing boat show, the big boat show at McCormick Place a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That's how I got to Italy. That one paid for Italy. And I was tired. I was there like a week. And 3 young, fresh-looking men came up and they had a drink in their hand. And one of them kicked my octopus. So I think it was dive into boating. So I did the old-fashioned diving helmet on top of an octopus. And it was huge.
Release the Kraken.
Yes, release a Kraken. And so one of the three kicked it. And I got up from the other end and ran over there and kicked him. Not real hard, but I kicked him. And he goes,
I
"Oh,
wasn't expecting that.
oh, you must be the artist. I'm sorry. I honestly thought there was styrofoam under there." And he's like, what can I do to make it up to you? And I had never had a man buy me a drink because I was happily married. Unfortunately, my husband passed away a few years ago from cancer.
Sorry to hear that.
But I had a beautiful marriage. Most people never saw what I had. So don't feel bad for me. Anyways, so the first time I had somebody buy me a drink was the guy who kicked my. And again, he's young enough to be my son, but old enough to drink. And I'm like, buy me a drink. And so he did. And then they had a green screen, and we also went on a magic carpet ride. And so it ended well. And then I had a story about it. So
There you go. There you go.
I'm shocked he's the one that won the magic carpet ride with you after you kicked him.
I didn't kick him hard, and I think he kicked my octopus harder than I kicked him. And his friends thought it was hilarious that I jumped up and kicked him.
That would be hilarious. Shit, if James did something like that and you kicked him in the shin, hell yeah, I'd go out and
I
laugh
would
my
never
ass
do
off.
that to somebody's sculpture. Especially if you see a nice sculpture of a sand castle or something. I'm not kicking that.
Oh, I know,
over.
but still, my thing is,
I'll take a picture of it and enjoy it.
hell yeah.
He didn't really kick it hard. I mean,
No,
it is only sand and water, so it did make a dent, but
Yeah.
it was easy to patch.
But still, it's not right though.
Still, no.
No, I
You don't
do
just-
like my castle and sculptures to be interactive, just not that interactive.
You want to be respectful.
Well,
When you
I
see a
don't know if
sandcastle.
it was his first drink.
If it's a shitty sandcastle, I can understand that. But you know what I mean?
Now-
That castle's shit, right? You kick
I-
it.
I
Damn,
do.
really?
I do teach when I
Well,
teach
listen.
people. You're only allowed to knock down the one you made. Nobody else.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But I'm saying, if it's like not a little kid sandcastle, like he's like just putting his last power up. It's like, bah, this
Mom,
castle
Dad, look what I
sucks.
did. Yeah, little kid.
Yeah, well, that castle sucks. Go back to the.
You're gonna pop his balloon also?
Go back to the starting kid, man. You
If the kid's holding balloon like this, you're gonna do pop it when he goes by.
No, dude, I won't do that, man. I'm
Despicable
saying, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I will kick over a sandcastle if it's shitty. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'll get kicked too.
It's not just you. There's I have an event at the end of August called it's Burning Foot. It's all the
Yeah.
beer made in Michigan, and they have a big beach bash 1-day event. I think it's
Actually,
Ludington.
Yeah.
And they hired me for the first time last year, and I got there and I didn't realize they had pyrotechs and that they have a puffer. So and then with the propane. And I looked right at them and they're like, "You're the sand sculptor." I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, Can you put that in my sand sculpture?" And they're like, "We didn't get permits." But this year they did. So you like the fire and the dragon?
I did. Actually, it was quite interesting.
I have 4 friends coming to help me make a huge dragon that the pyrotechs this year are putting in a line for the propane, and push the button. Poof. So I'm hoping that'll work out.
So my question is, did you take any art classes? Because the sculptures that you put together are like very I don't know, detailed. Yeah.
Well, I really believe we're all artists. We just need to figure out what our medium is. And when I was walking the beach, I'm like, I just need to know what I always wanted to be called an artist. There's a famous book called The Artist's Way. I always hung out with artists, and in The Artist's Way, they refer to what I used to be as the shadow artist. I clung to other artists. I was always there to take their photo when they got a prize, always at the Box Factory or Lebesnick Center. And it took stage 4 cancer for me to realize. My sister-in-law gave me a book, Journaling Through Art, because I had no words for what was going on after I had cancer. And she had a show at the Vickers Theater.
Yeah.
And she invited like 40 women to submit 2 pieces of art. And so I submitted 2 pieces of art. One was created after I had cancer, about the cancer. And then another one was just a fun piece. And I realized, because she gave me a little name tag that said artist. I'm like, I'm an artist. And I can't draw. I can do house plans to scale. I cannot draw but a stick figure. But if I hold a toy in my hand, I can feel it. And that's where I love just playing in the sand. I used to always make happy things, castles and dragons and mermaids. And then when my husband was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2019, some of my friends would private message me and say, I love your sand sculptures, but they have taken a drastic turn.
They get too deep.
Like a lot of boys and girls, they love to dig holes. So when I find a big hole, I usually would put like big eggs in it with crazy footprints coming out, like something cracked.
really?
And
Yeah.
and or something just fun in it. And then I think the first one I did that somebody commented on was a human figure in the fetal position in one of those giant holes. So you can't really see it until you walk up to it and you're like, what's that all about? So I did a lot of, I started looking at other art when he was sick, and I saw a famous piece in a museum of a peace sign that the fingers had been cut off and just laying there. And I had done a sculpture on the beach, and they never last overnight, sometimes a little bit in the fall. And it was towards fall. So there was a big pound up left. And I looked at it, and I'm like, it kind of looks like that. So I carved it into the peace sign with the fingers chopped off. And so the sand sculpture started to have a little bit different meaning because I had no words for, we couldn't even use the word terminal. He had about 7 months after he was diagnosed. And the sculptures that I created within that time were very, very interesting. I also was doing a thing called the Cherry Beach Project, and we were trying to raise money to buy private land to add to the Cherry Beach. So we had a sign that said public ends here, walk through only. So I started doing sculptures around it. Like the first one was a giant foot with a line, don't get a trespassing fine, donate to the Cherry
Yeah.
Beach cause. And then it was an octopus trying to pull out the sign. And I'm like, move it down 400 feet, donate, So I realized that my sand sculptures made a positive influence on trying to raise money. And I really like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
So when I do the trade show now in Grand Rapids is a huge hospital town, as I call it, or city.
Yeah.
And when I had cancer, I was not allowed to go out in the sun. So 2 years ago, I proposed to Showspan, the company that puts on the trade show, that we should get some sick children in, close up the building, the DeVos, or where am I at? The DeVos place.
The boss.
They bring in a semi load of sand. I didn't know semis had a dump truck. I just didn't know it worked that way. The first time I saw that, I'm like, oh, I get to play in all that. So 2 years ago, we partnered up with a company, a nonprofit that has outings for children who have immune compromise systems. So 2 years ago, I taught about 20 families along with some friends, Brian and Scott, up in Grand Rapids. And the show closed up the building, sprayed it all down, and their families came in, and I taught them a 2-hour class. And I did it again. This was like in the end of winter this year. So that's the way I really want to I love just teaching and drinking with my clients and getting paid, but I really think using it as a voice to protect the lake that I absolutely love, for maybe some more protection on what you can and cannot plant. I mean, it's an honor to own lakefront property, but there's really no rules about clear cutting and then letting your house slide down the sand dune that you built on. So I would like to use my sand sculpting as more awareness, or to help raise money for nonprofits to help protect the lake.
I don't want them to protect it. I want them to fall in.
Well, I mean protect it so
there's what?
I want their houses to fall in.
Oh, for your
I meant protect the natural flyway for all the butterflies and the birds that use the lake as a migration path.
Right.
Okay.
Protect it that way.
Yeah, they can protect
Not-
that way. That's good.
Not the houses.
No, because I live on the beach.
He wants.
I want beachfront property. I
Yeah.
want the houses that are in front of me to fall in after 5 years. So I have beachfront property. So I can sell mine for more eventually in my life.
So you're a backlotter, but you'll probably eventually be on the.
Oh
on the
yeah,
lake one day.
I say 5 years. 5 years of houses because these. I was talking to people about this. These houses that we used to be called sand rapids down on the beach, down in Lions Park. It used to be called sand rapids because the houses were small,
Yeah.
was the worst place to live, and the sand and everything else is blowing in our houses. So now, in my eyes, these people are knocking down these small little shacks and cottages and building
McMansions.
and building these huge mansions on top of sand and dirt and everything else that was not made to be put on.
It's a movable sand dune.
Yes. And so these people, I don't think they really understand sand's going to be moving. Your house is going to be, slowly going to start going down this way. And your house is going to be split in half, no matter what. No matter what. My house is going to be the same because I'm not doing anything to it. My house was built in 1890.
So with the sands receding, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sand receding, and then now they're bringing in these big giant boulders and rocks and everything else. Saying,
Right.
yeah, this is going to protect the water crashing up. Yes, but what's protecting the sand that's going through these rocks, through everything else that the sand is eventually going to start corroding away and start moving anyway.
So the rocks are really bad because for every force there's an equal force, and when the waves hit up against the concrete, it's more energy. But when they hit up against a sand dune, it disperses it.
Yep.
And also when you have the rocks, where I live, it scours to the south. So your neighbor is then losing their beach quicker.
Right.
So in Chickamine Township, they passed an ordinance because when the lake was high, the lake was declared a state of emergency, and it used to be only natural rock they could put down there. But then concrete was getting put down there, and a lot of reinforcing wire. And on one beach, 3 houses got together and they put up something that was 300 feet long, 40 feet high, 20 to 40 feet high. And I collected a lot of metal out of it. Mufflers, electrical wire. So they were supposed to be taking a magnet to it. The concrete's bad enough because it seeps some chemicals into the lake.
Yeah.
But the contractor that was doing it, he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Picking up all your metal scraps." And he wanted to call the police on me. And I said, "Please do, because you're dumping. You were supposed to take a magnet to it." And I did file a police report on dumping. And there's a piece of the metal that is in the township now, and they passed an ordinance. They do not allow that anymore. They only allow the bags of sand, the geotubes, which should be the case. And I called the DNR. I called Eagle. I wrote to them. I said, "This is what's going on." And they're like, we're under powered, underfunded, can't go down there until they cap it off with the natural stone. I'm like, "You can't come and investigate until they cover it up." Okay.
That's kind of messed up. Can't come out until they cover it up. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I love where I live. I love the beach. I mean,
Yeah, there's something magical. There is something magical where
it's
water
peaceful.
meets land. Ions are, after I was in the hospital, somebody sent me some kind of article about ions are released where water crashes onto land, and they were trying to recreate it for health issues to heal people. So I truly do believe that it is a place of healing and it's contemplating.
Yeah.
And it also, wherever something like that, where water crashes onto land, artists gather. It really does help you become more creative or in tune with your artistic ability.
I don't know. I guess I look at it also. I'm also a wind and water sign because I'm Aquarius. So in my eyes, I'm freewheeling, free everything. And when I go to the beach and I meditate for about 15 minutes, it's just peaceful hearing the waves crash. I wish, and soon in October, I can start lifting up my window and just hear the wind crash, hear the wind blow, and hear everything. So yes, I understand where you're coming with it, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to hear and beautiful to feel.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm so attracted to the beaches. After my parents divorced and we moved out here when I was quite young, my grandparents had a retired out here in Harbert, and I could hear the lake when I laid down at night.
Is that how you say it? Harbert?
Harbert, Michigan.
Harbert.
hmm By the
Nope.
Prairie Club. We were members of the Prairie Club, and that is a magical place where they have 4th of July parties, ice cream socials.
Where is that?
It's I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of what you the Harbert Swedish Bakery.
Yeah,
hmm
I love that place.
Yeah, that's Harbert.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, Greenbush.
Is Greenbush really in Harbert though? That's
Greenbush
Sawyer.
is technically in Sawyer, but the people who founded it, there is a street in Harbert called Greenbush.
Okay.
It might have been a pier. So when the Great Chicago Fire happened, piers were built about every mile in Berrien County to ship the wood over there to rebuild.
Ah,
And that's why we have road access water points. We don't technically can call them beaches because of legal reasons, but everybody uses them as a beach. But they're 66 feet wide as a road because there used to be a pier there.
Oh.
And most of them are still owned by the county, but maintained by the municipality that they're in.
That's interesting. I just learned something new today.
yeah, she's. I've never heard of any of this stuff before.
Yeah. See? Let's see what.
I love
There's
it.
no
welcome.
fires or dogs allowed on any of the beaches either, unless you own a
Yeah.
private beach.
Well, there's not on ours either, but there's tons of dogs and everything else on the beach.
So there are dog beaches. Warren Dunes reversed their state law. I think it's still on the books that you cannot have dogs where people swim because they used to think you could get something. I think in your eyes, I don't know, because of the bacteria.
Yeah.
We can't have dogs in our township because there's nobody to maintain the discipline it takes, because it's when 2 dogs meet up and fight and it never gets reported because they're breaking the law. It happens all the time. I was bit. I wanted a morning dog walk. Before I was on the park board, I was asking to be put on the park agenda so I could ask. A lot of beach associations have morning dog walks, and I thought they take care of the beach more than anybody else.
Yeah.
The dogs frolic. It's fun to watch. And the day before I was going to be heard to ask for a morning dog walk, I was bitten and viciously attacked by 2 Rhodesian Ridgebacks that were trying to kill me. And I'm a big woman, and one took me down. It jumped and leapt for my throat, and I blocked my throat because I'm used to wrestling with my son. And it knocked me to the ground, and the only thing exposed was my ankle, and it bit my ankle. And
wow.
so I changed my mind about morning dog walks. I then did an art show with photos of everything I had seen with dogs on beaches. And it seems to me a lot of people on vacation let their 10-year-old, 60-pound-year-old daughter take their 80-pound dog onto the beach to protect it. And then that dog meets up with another dog.
And she can't handle the dog.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
2 things for me is one, I didn't know you guys had beaches in that area. Honestly,
There's
really don't.
usually no parking, but Cherry
Yeah.
Beach was talked about a lot a few years ago because we raised over $4 million
Wow.
Yeah.
And,
to add to it.
and the other thing is, I know you guys just added that whole new park area that's along Red Arrow Highway going towards.
Yes,
there.
we got the
That's-
township got
yeah.
a big
It's
grant.
a beautiful little area.
It had a little baseball field when I was there, when I was
Yeah.
growing up. It had a dog park. And, at first I'm like, why do you need a dog park? Don't you have money for a fence if you have a dog? And then I didn't realize the Pokagon Fund paid for it. And the first time I saw dogs out there with their owners, I'm like, I get it now. It's a community, and that's what parks are. It's a way of bringing people together
Yeah.
and socializing. And I was so dead wrong about being against it. It is such a beautiful thing to have dog parks. And now, because of the non-motorized path, they're putting in bathrooms
Oh, yeah, that
and
path.
a pickleball court and more parking for the township.
The only thing I was pissed off about that stupid path. I'm not mad about it now, but when since I was mad about it because they shortened the Red Arrow Highway instead of going from 2 lanes, they went to 1 lane.
The diet,
Yeah.
the road diet, as they call
Yeah,
it.
Yeah. So I was really pissed off, but then I'm thinking, I like this path. This path's nice now.
So I'm
I rode my scooter on that path. That's why.
That's your
Yeah.
scooter. That's nice.
Yeah.
Race vehicles on it. So, are you pedaling it?
Oh, no, it's
Giving you
no-
some crap
yeah.
here.
No, hell no.
Kick.
I discovered they teach their kids how to ride a tricycle on Red Arrow or Lakeshore, which
wow.
is even worse.
Yeah.
And now I see families out there, and I'm gonna do, what do you call it? A pub crawl on my bike. I'm probably gonna start in Union Pier at Roadhouse and work my way up. I haven't set a date yet,
That's a
but
pub
it's
crawl.
a pub crawl.
You
So
don't know what a pub crawl is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you did know what it
So
was.
that's a good pub crawl.
Yeah, that is actually.
I think it's a way I can maintain, because riding a bike is new to me again. And if there's one cocktail at the end of it, I can keep this up.
so
Focus.
So
Mhm.
you start at that new place that just opened up that has right there by. No, actually, it's farther down. Roadhouse is first.
Union
Then-
Pier, yeah.
Yeah, Roadhouse would be first. Then it would be that new place on the corner by the Whistle, and then
By the whistle stop.
then you'll end at Sunny D's. No, Sunny D's is actually in New
No.
Buffalo.
I probably would do give some shouts outs to Local Pour.
Oh, I forgot.
They close early, but they have really good music,
And
and
they have
then
good
go on
wine.
to Side Yard.
Ooh, I forgot about Side Yard.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like
And-
I like Side Yard. Side
And
Yard
maybe Greenbush. Yeah, I can't
Side-
forget.
all
Greenbush,
depends
but-
on how busy. Greenbush
Yes,
would be.
Greenbush is always a little too busy for me in the
But their fr-
season.
But their fried bologna is awesome. I do love the fried bologna. there.
Are you Southern?
No. Oh, yeah, actually, I say soda all the time. So my family's from.
Oh, you say pop.
No, I say soda. I never say pop. Hell
Oh,
no.
you mean Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, or a Coke.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I mean that'd be a kind of cool little pub crawl.
Like I said, I think it's a way to keep up wanting to add bike riding to
Yeah. That
as
path,
I age.
that path is nice though.
That path is very nice and safe.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people use it lately.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to go to the ribbon cutting recently in Lakeside because they added that new section. It was very nice.
That's the farthest I've been so far. I keep testing the theory on my scooter.
4th of July weekend, I went to the Side Yard and there was like 50 bikes there. And there was a bike club out of Michigan City that had used the non-motorized path that needs a better name. All the way from Michigan City up to Sawyer. So they do it
That goes on
every
in Michigan City?
year. Hmm. I don't know how they it starts, I think, right there at the state line, doesn't it? They put all that huge fencing up.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
They added more to it
Mhm.
after.
It's in different sections.
Yeah.
It depends on how like the municipalities can get the grants. So it's been pieced together, but it's Grand Haven and then eventually all the way up to Mackinac, I believe. I don't know.
I keep on hearing about that. Yeah, it keeps going up there because Red Arrow, Blue Star has that path by Culvert,
Yeah.
by Culvert and all that.
You know that path well, don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna start knowing that path again because that's my next goal is going up to Saugatuck on my scooter. Actually, I'll see how far I can go up that way. But it stops in South Haven.
You need to charge it.
I have 8 hours. I can ride on that from empty from full to empty 8-hour trip. So whatever an 8-hour trip is, then I would
That's amazing.
There you go.
You see things. I used to have a moped, and you see things differently when you go a little bit slower. The tree forts, the carvings of the tree, the chainsaw art. You just see a lot more.
This
I do.
thing, what it goes, what, 70?
It can go 70 miles per hour.
Yeah, he needs a seat. He stands up on this thing. A little scary, right?
Yeah.
The fastest I've been on it so far was is 45.
Yeah. A little scary.
It's restricted for the kind of roads you can't get on the highway.
No.
I can't go on the major highway, but I can go on Blue Star, any small highway.
Okay.
Yes.
Back
Red Arrow.
roads, things of that
Yeah.
nature.
I pass cars down all over the place now. I'm in the bike lane.
Yeah, you need a seat on that and a helmet and some glasses.
I wear glasses all the time. Yeah.
No. Well, of course you have to.
Yeah, those bugs fucking hurt.
Yes.
Mhm.
I never know how
Things
motorcycles.
get in
I know
your
how,
eye. Oh,
I
man,
know how
that's a
motorcycles feel.
wrap
I
for
get
you,
hit
son.
every morning. I get hit on the way to work doing 45. Pop. Oh
That's
man.
a wrap.
And I know how a motorcycle feels. If I went like 70, 75
Yeah, you're
on a
done.
motorcycle,
It's a done wrap.
it's gonna
It's
hurt.
a done deal.
It's gonna leave me a welt.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I actually I love that area because more I drive down that road and see the sights, like you said, you get to see more things. But I never take the major highway, even when I had a car and all that. I still didn't drive down Red or I-94. I hate it. It scares the shit out of me.
Mhm.
So anytime I'm driving anywhere, I'll take a side highway in a heartbeat.
What other lakes have you been on in the Great Lakes states?
So I backpacked Isle Royal. I've been on a few of them. I didn't know until about 10 years ago that Lake Michigan was the only one with the beautiful sand, and Wisconsin really doesn't have it. I was at a trade show, and one of the booth persons, they get a little discount if they do seminars, and she hiked around every single lake in Lake Michigan. And she gave a little seminar, and I'm like, wait, it's not pristine, beautiful quartz sand all the way around it. And then I realized that we're very fortunate that we have the largest freshwater sand dunes in the world, and that people from around the world come to study it. So if I was to go to the other lakes, it would be basically to Rockhound. I did do one contest in Port Huron, which is on the other side of the state, but they brought the sand in, and we did not use anything on the beach because, again, all they had was rocks. Next month, I'm being flown to Washington to help with a sand festival. I'll be teaching out there.
The state or
The state.
okay.
Yeah.
What else is that?
It's right near the
Washington D.C.
yeah.
The district.
Well, you never know.
You never know, man. Why is that so funny?
Because I would say Washington D.C. I would
making
add.
sure. I'm just
No,
asking
the
the question.
state.
Just asking the question, man.
I love you, big dummy.
Um,
So wait a minute. So you fly all over the world, pretty much. How you said you went to Italy? Did you do? anything in
I
Italy,
didn't
or
do
no?
anything in Italy. Italy was
Just on
a
vacation?
lifelong dream. When my husband passed, I made a list of things that I now would do that made me first. I made a list of things that made me happy, like holding a puppy, holding a baby, things of that nature. And then I made a list of things that I could do that weren't his cup of tea. Like
No, yeah.
one of the first things I did was go out and buy a pair of high heels because he was only like an inch taller than me. And then I had great girlfriends. Shout out to Rachel Collins from Flagship in Lakeside, Michigan. Get your fish there. It's delicious. She's like, you need to be a world traveler. And it was always a dream, especially after I had cancer. I'm like, what's missing on my life? Being an artist and traveling.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the motherland. I wanted to go back to Ireland and Scotland. And I did get there.
That's my goal.
So I went to Italy with Rachel and another Rachel, and we met up with friends, and we did Italy. And I did see some sand sculpting, some fake sand sculpting. They were peddling for money, and it did have styrofoam underneath it. It was a little cat. I was fooled. But that was a lifelong dream. And then I went to Ireland and Scotland with my niece. I was going to help Sydney move to Edinburgh. She was going to get her master's. So I bought the tickets, and then she couldn't get a scholarship. So $50,000 for less than a year was a little too much, but we went anyways.
That's still
And we
beautiful
stayed in
area.
hostels, and I just loved it. I have the traveling bug. So I'm going to Germany with Frida, who called, and her sister and some other lovely people in October. So again, having cancer changed me. I would never wish cancer on anybody, but it was a wake up call. I mean, we're all on a timeline, and if we're lucky, we get a long life, of 70 plus years. If not, you never know.
Yeah,
I hit a
exactly.
deer last Monday. I got down and thanked Jesus because I thought that was the end. And I wasn't going to Germany. But so you just got to find your timeline and fill it with fun and joy. And The sand sculptors, there's a big movement. The Sons of the Beach made this thing up, and they make you repeat after them when we teach you sand sculpting. I promise
Oh,
Say
to
it.
have fun.
Say it. Have fun.
you
Yeah.
telling me this? I'm like,
Yes,
I was
I
like,
know.
wait a
I
minute.
did not give him
I
instructions.
was like, wait a minute. Yeah, you just like.
So-
Nothing I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
should
what
have said
the
it to
hell?
you. I promise
I'm like,
I
what the
to
hell?
have
promise.
fun.
To have
I
fun.
didn't know I had to repeat.
Come on,
it.
keep
Yeah.
going with this.
I didn't know I
Yeah.
was swearing
Well,
myself in.
I'm not teaching you sand
Keep going.
sculpting, but this is what we do
Okay.
to help others have fun
Have fun.
and to unlitter.
Oh, John. Litter.
They actually got it in the dictionary. So sand sculptors are huge conservational people. They really want their beaches to be clean. We don't want to be playing in ash by June 1st if we all had fires. I love a fire on the
Yeah.
beach, but public can't figure out how to do it. Some beach associations have a ring and they hire somebody to clean it, and that's great. And there is nothing better than a fire on the beach. I get that too, but you got to follow the rules.
People too
I still get
irresponsible for beach fires.
I will sit and enjoy one whenever I see them, but
I-
because I was sworn in to uphold to never have one.
I still have one.
Yeah.
I still have one. Remember that fire?
Yeah, I remember that. I slept right by the fire.
Yeah.
That was
These
great.
guys, me and
You were-
actually it's Ryan's
You were
birthday.
pillaging and looting the area.
It
for
was
wood.
Ryan. It was
Wood,
Ryan.
Yeah.
It was Ryan. It's Ryan's birthday that we had
Yeah,
the fire with,
yeah.
and
Happy birthday, Ryan.
they said, Joe, we need more firewood.
Yeah, he went
Okay,
pillaging and looting throughout the neighborhood.
that it. I found firewood.
It wasn't the teak furniture from the neighbor's
No,
house.
it wasn't.
No,
Because
no,
that happens a
no.
lot.
No, it wasn't.
Ooh,
It
that's
wasn't.
I never thought about that. But so I did. I went other people's fire pits that were in the backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, piece of firewood. Oh, found
He
one.
did that. He did that.
Took it.
It was a nice fire
Yeah,
too. It was nice and
Dude,
warm.
They passed out. I
I
keep
was
on
sleeping
finding
right by the
firewood.
fire. It was like,
And they were both snoring. I went, oh, I'm glad I made a nice toasty fire for myself.
Thanks,
Thanks guys. Thanks,
You're the
thanks. You guys are
best.
sleeping. Thanks. Fire went out. They woke up on the beach. We never did get caught.
all right, guys, we're going to go to the
Oh, top of the hour.
top of the hour. Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast, July 28th, 2025, St. Joseph, Michigan. Guys, if you're watching on
You want some water?
YouTube, please like, subscribe, and not only that, share it if you can. We have a great podcast going on, and we interview people all over Barron County just to get them in and tell their stories. So if you're watching on YouTube, please do the following, and like, subscribe, and help us out.
Oh, that was really nice, James.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. Good job.
All right, I'm gonna use the restroom.
What?
You guys hold it down.
Oh, what? He's leaving?
I should have went earlier.
I told you. What did I tell you? All
I
right.
was
So,
getting stuff ready.
shit, we had enough time. Nice try. So, actually, I do have a question for you, though.
Yes.
So, before your pre-cancer and all of that, you knew you had cancer and stuff like that. What were you doing before that besides being a sculptor now? What were you doing before you had cancer, though?
I was working part-time. Always working part-time, raising a family.
Yeah.
Trying to pay bills. I always worked in retail
Retail, okay.
management. A lot of volunteer work with
So
the
you-
schools, Boy Scouts,
So
Cub
you-
Scouts.
You were never a sculptor. You were never an artist. You were
No.
never anything like that until you read this book and everything else. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get at. I
I
guess.
I did do like the art fair scene back in the 80s.
But
I tried to sell some art, I did wood carving, and
really,
yeah, my husband bought me a scroll saw, and I'm like, "Ooh, I like this better than a sewing machine."
really,
Yeah. Yeah, so I made wooden tulips and ducks probably at the time.
So, like you said, you could never draw on a piece of
Mhm.
paper, but you can sculpt and do stuff with wood. Now, sand, now wood. Which one's harder? I think wood would be harder.
Um,
Once you fuck up on the piece of wood, you're screwed.
Yeah, well, they were just simple shapes, and then they were just cutting them out. It didn't have any artistic, real flair to it. I was just looking at country things that were selling and thinking it was fun and sanding them down with my
Yeah.
sander.
Oh,
And
sand. I messed up here. Well, I can just add more sand right up there. There you go.
yes, working out of a bucket. Never
Yeah.
pick up dry sand and try to fix it.
Yeah,
You
but
want that wet
The
stuff.
wet stuff, but then on a
Mhm.
piece of carving on a piece of wood. Oh no, now it's a beautiful butterfly because it's not going to be a tulip. You can turn that into it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm thinking, so I have some good friends that are sand sculptors now, and one of them
busted
It's
head like
also
a
an-
cop's.
a snow carver, but he's missing a finger, and it's not from playing in the sand. It's from playing with wood.
I asked her, I asked her this question. What were you doing before pre-cancer stuff that you're doing? What were you doing before that? I was kind of curious because, well, she had this epiphany that she wanted to play with sand and be a sculptor and everything else. So what was she doing before that? That's what I asked her. While you're gone.
Yeah,
So
but
the-
it, it
She
took
said
a
she was in
long.
retail and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
retail
Part-time
management.
jobs,
So
taking
what was
care
the
of kids.
epiphany?
The cancer was actually an
Well-
epiphany. And the book that she read and say, I want to play with sand. And
Before COVID, cancer.
well, she was a retail. She worked in
Okay.
retail and
Mhm.
Gotcha.
taking care of her family.
hmm and volunteering a lot, and just being very creative, and always making something.
So then she said she also worked with wood and carved little things out of wood.
That brings up the question. I saw the picture of I'm not sure what it was, but it was like stone, the dragon inside of it.
Are you talking about the beach glass?
Is
Oh,
that what
beach
it was?
glass.
Is that what it was?
So I make mosaics out of the beach glass. I
Okay.
find I usually put them on a glass window or a frame, or I have a sofa table that I stripped and put sand on it, and I had a piece of glass, and then I made mermaids mosaics
Yeah.
in it and put the glass back on it. So yeah, I do that. Or I've done beach glass bowls where you glue them together and then you can put candles in them. So I do a lot of driftwood, dancers, some fish, but because I'm always dancing on the lake's edge, I took a meditation class one time, and at the end they're like, "We're going to do a walking meditation." And when I'm looking for my
How's
beach
that work?
treasure, I'm like, "I do this every day on the beach." I didn't realize it was looking for your Indian
Yeah.
beats is a form of
Yeah.
meditation.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Wow.
just walking the beach alone it's meditation
Mhm.
because you're thinking, you're walking, and you're not concentrating on what you're thinking about in your
Mhm.
head. You're just
It's more of like your mind's open to
You're-
just like
you're listening to the
what
waves
you're
crash.
surrounded
Yeah.
with.
Right.
Okay.
It's like walking in the woods when
Okay.
when you go walking in the woods
Okay.
and hiking.
Oh, I have to give a shout out to Pat Fisher. I'm also on the Harbor Country Hikers. He founded it along with Bob, who passed away recently, and they asked me to be one of the founding members. And I wanted to see how a nonprofit started because of the Cherry Beach
Yeah.
project, and I think I was their first hike. We hiked the beach, and so I've been missing out on my hikes with the Harbor Country Hikers, but they're a fabulous group of people. If you want to get out in the woods and see anything, they're all free. They're all local. And Pat is just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the land around here.
That's awesome.
hmm
I trying to think of the other. The other question would be before everything else happened with your life and stuff like that. So when that did happen, was there something else you wanted to do besides sand sculpting, where you wanted to get out more, or was it after you saw that it was done?
I really wanted to start a business that was all about fun and playing.
Oh,
And most of my volunteering was around playing and activities. And there's just such great energy especially when you can get multi-generations, grandparents, adult kids, and their grandkids all playing on the same thing. And it's not something plugged in.
yeah.
That is just, to me, it feeds my soul. I'm like, what is missing in my life? When I was walking for almost 2 years on the beach trying to get my health back. And what was missing was calling myself an artist and traveling. But I'm like, everything else is just like icing on a cake. I have a great life. I had a beautiful life before the cancer. And I like to say that the cancer, it was like lemons. So I took my lemons and added some vodka and had a lot of fun.
I love it.
Not a lot of vodka.
Not
just
what
a
I was-
little.
No.
Her
I love it.
analogies
I love it.
are really tripping me out because it's not what I expected she was gonna say.
Oh, make lemonade? Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that for a while. And then all my clients
Made
wanted to
lemonade,
drink
made
with
it to
me.
a nice
so-
cocktail.
That's
Made it to a
awesome.
nice cocktail.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So after you found that all again, then you decided to do all this with the sand sculpting, and like you said before, my only question is right now with that part is more, what's your biggest adventure that you would want to do with sand sculpting?
Okay, so take note, everybody listening. If you know somebody who's an activities director in the Caribbean, I would like to pitch teaching sand sculpting in all-inclusive resorts. They teach surfing, grilling, snorkeling, all kinds of things, but not sand sculpting. I would like to teach their staff and then go on to their sister location and go to the next one and then just keep coming back and tweaking them. That's where I'd like, besides causing awareness for protecting the natural dune area and the lake, I really would like to get a job with all-inclusive resorts and put in a program where they then have where they can teach their clients.
So why an exclusive place? Why not? like-
Okay, it can be any place.
Okay,
it
I
can be
understand.
any, but the all-inclusives, it's the easiest ones to hit. They have all
Sure.
the money.
Yeah, and,
I'm safe. I'm,
Yeah,
and
I
they
mean,
have the people that you can teach.
they have the staff.
I mean, why not like a Hilton where they're all over on the coast,
Yes.
along each ocean line, on the Gulf, in Hawaii, somewhere there's always going to be a Hilton on the coastline.
Yes.
Would you do something like that?
I definitely looked at Hilton. I think I tried to I emailed somebody probably a year or two before COVID, and it's not what you know, it's who you know. So I just need an introduction. I need to knock on the right door.
Huh.
That's why I'm throwing it out to all your wonderful listeners, because I'm sure they know somebody who's an activities director that would like to implement a program of sand sculpting at their resorts.
I know one activity director, but they're here. Beth.
Oh, yeah. Is sand sculpting more of a release for you, or
Oh,
or
it definitely
is
is.
it like something therapeutic that helps you?
There's only a couple things I have found that actually kind of stop time
Calming.
for me.
Yeah.
And it's being one with the earth. I can't describe it. I love playing in the sand so much that I lose track of time.
Yeah.
And it's really rare to find something that engages you in that kind of moment. I really feel present. And yeah.
Another question to build on that. Does that mean getting back to the earth? Have we gotten away from that as human beings?
There's a lot of movement to get back to it. The tree hugging, as you call it, or tree breathing, just enjoying nature and knowing there's, the mock commercials out for you don't need a pill, just go out and enjoy nature
Yeah.
with all the, benefits. And there truly is benefits for just emerging in nature and being one with the earth. There's a big movement of being barefoot. There's the thought that when rubber was invented, that we're disconnected to the earth, and that's why we have so many illnesses or aches and pains.
Exactly.
They're talking about grounding your bed at night and stuff of that nature. I'm not quite into that, but I do know I feel better when I go barefoot.
What's grounding in bed?
Grounding your bed like you would a barn for lightning striking. So
Oh no.
if you
yeah.
if you take it and ground it into the ground, supposedly you get a better night's rest. Your aches and pains will go
Yeah.
away.
I'm always barefoot.
See, then you know, but you don't know. You know to be barefoot.
Yeah, I love being barefoot. If I could,
It makes you happier.
Yeah. Being
I'm comfortable.
just
I'm
the
happy.
just the
Yeah.
idea of being
Yeah.
connected with the earth is
Mhm.
something that a lot of people should get back into. I mean, like you said, it has healing tendencies to heal people that normally you can't heal through the medical field as far as drugs or anything like that.
Yes.
Actually, this older couple today, actually, it was kind of funny. You guys said barefoot. I walked all the way to the beach, down to the water, walked up the hill, all barefoot, walked up the steps, everything until I got to Broad Street Cafe. In front of the door, plopped my flip flops down, put them on,
Well,
walked in the building. Then when I walked out, took my shoes back off and went barefoot again.
there's energy through sand, grass,
Yes.
water, not just the concrete that's pretty much man-made,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but anything outside of that, as far as like what I just said,
Yeah.
it's a healing energy that trees, animals,
Mhm.
all of that stuff right there is something that heals people that don't even think about it naturally. Like even if you have a pet,
Yeah.
connecting with that pet, it's a healing process in doing that.
Mhm.
So I mean, a lot of things that we get away from because we have technology now, phones and all that stuff like that. We get away from that stuff, and we totally forget that we have to be connected with the earth
Yes.
in order to be one with it, and not necessarily that, but be able to live a better life,
Mhm.
a healthier life.
Yeah.
I maybe lived 110.
You want to live to be 100? I wouldn't. I would love to do that.
That's my
But
goal.
like you said, we have a time span and fill it in with stuff that you like doing,
Mhm.
enjoy doing.
That's what I was going to ask you. Actually, did you have that epiphany after your cancer, though? That
Yeah.
you need to just live life and be happy?
Yeah. I mean, I was fortunate to find the love of my life, and we it wasn't huge or like on a living large. We
Well, it was peaceful.
had
it was
each
happy,
other.
Yeah.
And so we were very happy. But after I had cancer and I was trying to struggle with why my body turned on me, I thought I was healthy, and why people get sick, why cancer, those questions. And realizing, oh, I get it now. I'm not going to live forever. Nobody gets out of this alive.
No.
So yeah, it was a huge moment for me when I realized we're on timelines, and it's what we choose to do with it day to day. So, and even after my husband passed, I knew happiness was a choice, but I went around going, happiness is a effing choice for a long time.
Oh, it's okay. You can cuss.
So, can I?
So
So,
you can let it go.
Yeah.
so I knew that the only thing I could change was my attitude. But yeah, so just realizing that we really don't have that much time, and we're all human, so we're all one. Why are we so mean and nasty to each other?
Exactly.
And I was just living my life and not. But after the cancer, I'm like, what's missing? Traveling and declaring that I am an artist.
Do you think you've found that too late in your life?
No, I don't think it's ever too late. I was busy birthing babies and doing other stuff. So my life was full. It just didn't have the meaning behind it that it now has.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh, I get it. I get it. Let's be nice to each other, because it's you call it karma, you call it whatever it is. But when you're mean to somebody, you're really being mean to yourself.
Because it always comes back to you.
Mhm.
Always come back
Yeah.
to you.
And I always
Why is
had
that?
that, but
What?
just having, life-threatening diseases makes you get it.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a dress
It's a wake-up
rehearsal.
call.
Yeah, it is
Big
a wake-up call.
Big
Mhm.
wake-up call.
I don't know. I think, like I've been saying on this podcast a couple times when we talk about things in life in general, My grandfather taught me that at a young age. Now, even more now, I believe him when he always told me, "Live your life to the fullest. Don't regret or don't have any remorse. Anything in your life, just do it. Just
Mhm.
live life to the fullest and be happy that you choose that decision because you never know when it's going to be your last."
Yeah.
He taught me that when I was in my 30s. So
And I don't think
I-
you're ever too late because I think you can audit college classes when you get a certain age. So I might do that. You know, you're never too late to learn. You're never too late to choose happiness. You're never too late to change your path and decide. Yeah. So when I had cancer, I realized, oh, and I also at that time was hitting 40. And I'm like, oh, I get it now. I'm in charge of my life. I before was just letting, oh, this nice thing is happening or this nice thing is happening. Now I'm steering where I'm going
how
or
old,
trying
You
to.
make it what you wanted to be.
Mhm.
how old were you when you got cancer?
Believe I was 36.
36.
Mhm.
At least
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
good for you. I mean, at least you bought it and you fought it and you defeated it. Good.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Been a long time.
it took a toll on you.
Yeah.
I can imagine it
But
did
it-
mentally.
Did because I was always known for my hair and to be bald for a while.
Hair's
I
hair.
was cold. I was like really cold. And I was glad I didn't have a funny shape under all of this. So.
All the hair.
That's what I'm afraid of with my hair. I'm gonna have a funny looking head. Yes.
Just embrace it. So I
The
did
weird
watch
head
it.
shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might look like an egg.
It's all good. So yeah.
I'm very impressed with your life so far. I mean,
Thank
you
you.
had epiphany and all that, yes, but with that aspect of it, you turned your life around and you're doing something that you love doing.
I do love
And
doing
and
things.
every time we mention it, you get a big old cheesy chest high grin on your face.
Because I
It's
still can't
awesome.
I still can't believe this is my lifestyle. That I the other thing since COVID is I that I think the world is upside down is COVID hit and I really there was really no place for me to go to grief counseling except online. And I don't like online
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I
don't
took
blame
my
you.
grief and I went to Waco Beach House where they had free aerobics. And I knew I was okay there because the first time I'd gone there, somebody I went to school with, mother was there. And I'm like, oh, I can keep with somebody's mother until she turned around and said double time on the jumping jacks. But the instructor left and the ladies all pointed to me and said, you take over, Janet. So I now get tips or paid to exercise, which I know the world is upside down because that happened.
Wait a minute, how do you get paid to
So they insist I leave
wait a minute here?
They insist I left the tip jar out. It is free. So
Yeah.
come Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, 8:30 to 9:30, Waco Beach House. You're not really looking at me. You're looking at 3 walls of that beautiful lake. And we do what I call this low impact aerobics and how to age gracefully.
All right, James, let's go.
So,
What, age gracefully?
Yeah, let's go.
there's
Oh.
also a lot of line dancing around
Is
here.
it? So
Yeah, there
so
is.
I hear you say a lot of things about happiness, being happy.
I'd like you to answer my
'Cause-
question.
No, I'll get back to your question, but
Because it was really hard to choose
Yes.
happiness when you're in such I mean, I was married right out of high school, so I never knew how to be an adult without him. So every day I'd get up and say, it's a choice. It's a choice to be this sad. It's a choice to
Right.
get up. And so I started inventing crazy things just to get up off the floor and look for fun and adventure.
my thinking is the key phrase, the pursuit of happiness. No, it's not only a movie, but it's a phrase. It's a phrase, Joe. It's a phrase. You thinking of Will Smith? I don't know, but pursuit of happiness. Once you find that happiness and you've harnessed that, and you enjoyed all the things within that realm of being happy.
Mhm.
Once that's gone, what else are you looking for in life?
Good food. That makes me really happy.
Yeah.
I loved eating good food. I'm not a good cook. Um, just like an artist, I'm a shadow cook. I hang out with all the good cooks in
Yeah.
Harbor Country, and they love feeding me because I'm so appreciative. I mean, I'm just like, oh, I've never had this. This
Yeah.
is fabulous. So yeah. So food, travel, I'd like more music in my life.
Yeah.
When I had cancer and I couldn't read or watch TV because it just hurt so bad, I realized that music saved my sanity. That I can't sing, but I can dance, and I felt like I was moving listening to music. And it was the first time that I decided if music had the power to heal, it also has the power to hurt. My son was young and he liked Eminem, and I did too at the time. And then he had an album about his mama, and I didn't care for him for a few minutes.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't believe I'm going to ban anybody from music, but it really does have the power to heal. I mean, I grew up in the 80s when a lot of congresswomen wives were trying to ban rock and roll, and they thought it caused
Of
suicides.
course. Yeah.
But I can't say enough about music. When I realize I'm in a mood, it's because I haven't listened to music for a day.
All right, I gotta know, since you brought up music, your top 3 that you love to listen to.
Oh, Aretha, any day of the week.
Wow.
And
She
like some
does this-
James Brown.
She does Motown.
Wow, look at that.
I told you who my friends were in
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
God.
Motown.
And surprisingly, after I had cancer, I never liked, and it's not my top 3, but I never liked AC/DC. I thought only drug people listen to that. I don't know why. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Yeah.
And so when I was going through cancer, I listened to I used to go to the Renaissance fairs with the kids. So a lot of old world music that was in French, but it moved me.
Wow.
Yeah. I like Motown. That's my go-to all the time, but
See, I found
I'm all over the place.
I found out that I'm always Motown. No one ever is more Motown than me.
I highly doubt that.
No, every time we bring someone in, they don't name.
Oh, it's when people
yeah.
bring in.
I mean, people we bring in so far, no one's named back-to-back Motown people.
You're the first.
Yeah, you are the
You're the
first.
first.
well, I see you have Jimi Hendrix up here too,
Yeah.
so I could listen to him play the guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, it speaks. I'm not familiar who was singing over in that
Oh,
poster.
I forget her name,
I
but
can't even see
she was
numbers.
she was back in the early 1900s
Oh, okay.
when 1920s, 1930s,
Okay.
and she sang a lot of the music that we called what was it?
Rolling 20s.
No, not the Rolling 20s, but
I don't know where you're
Ro-
looking at me for.
because you seem to know everything about music.
I
but
try.
except this one.
I don't know. I can't even see what it is actually. It's on the angle for me.
All right, over here.
I never noticed there's a poster over there. I guess.
But
I guess I really haven't noticed. There's a
music
poster
has
there.
a frequency that touches people
Mm-hmm.
from all shapes of life. I mean, it doesn't matter if the frequency is right, because I truly believe that we are made of energy.
Yes.
energy waves. We are surrounded by that. The earth is surrounded by that, and this is how we connect with everyone. If
Mhm.
you have a bad vibe about someone, that's energy that
It
we
is.
transfer from one another. I have bad vibes about Joe sometimes, but I still stick with him.
Bullshit. No, you don't. You never do. I might pinch a nerve.
Yeah. It's a bad vibe,
I might pinch a nerve.
the
but
frequencies
hell
that we give off
Yeah.
bring the people that we attract the most.
Law of attraction. Yeah. The
Yeah.
energy. Mhm.
Law of attraction is a
You
big.
attracted to it?
Oh, geez.
So-
You better hit that blue button.
Don't. I haven't got it all.
Yeah, you've been good so far, brother.
So to that end, I do want to tell a story. I had a friend, Sue Henshaw, who was an artist, and she asked me, like 20 years ago, to pose for a little art association, I think
Yeah.
in Paw Paw. And I was real nervous about it. And there was like 6 old people sitting at the table, and I'm like, well, I can pose in front of them. that was the committee. Then about 30 people came in and I had to get up on a table and used to be very shy. And I'd taken like 2 Tai Chi classes. So I'm like, well, just sit with your legs crossed and feel the energy. I had an aha moment. It changed my life. I had 30 people sketching me.
Yeah.
I could feel the energy. And I knew that day I wanted to be around artists the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And that's when it began. Because of the energy that was created. It just as all I could hear was scratch, 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 and trying to feel the energy between your fingers, like they tell you in Tai Chi, and it something shifted, and I thought, just the way the energy when they're thinking as they're sketching is what I want to. I want to be around creative people, or people at play also has that same kind of energy.
I'll give you that, because my daughter actually did something like that too, like you just said.
Mm-hmm.
She had she's an artist herself. She's going to MyAd in Milwaukee, and but she used to work at Krazel. She used to teach at Krazel for their young 18-year and older classes, whatever. But they asked her, "Hey, would you like what you said? Sit in this chair and let people sketch you?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Sure." And they said, "We'll pay you." And they said, "Oh," she said, "It's okay, whatever." Sure. So, but she never had to do that before. She sat in that chair for 5 hours and had to move here and there. But she said, like you said, it was more, she loves the feeling of people sketching her, people knowing. And she said that was a cool feeling, because I'm an artist myself. I wish I was kind of drawing something like this, but she said, I can't do people. Her more medium is landscaping, bugs, you name it. Everything else, she can't really do faces as well, but she can try.
She'll get there.
No, she doesn't really want to, though. That's
She doesn't want that. That's not
no, yeah, it's not something she really wants to do. She's more
maybe when she gets older,
screen printing, doing stuff on now, but she is loving it where she's at in Milwaukee, teaching that and going to school for the stuff that she's going to be doing. But my thing is, I have all her artwork. Every time someone comes in my house, every single piece is my daughter's.
There you go. There you go.
That's beautiful.
Everything. I mean, everything that she's won awards on to what she's doing now. Every time she comes back home, if she ever come back home now, just got her a fucking apartment.
She's on her own now.
They grow up so fast.
No,
breaking the chains.
It hurts every time because this is my week. This is my summer with her. Last summer, I figured, but no, she got an apartment now. So, but I love that she's being her own. She did everything all by herself. She did all her college by herself. She got the scholarship. She did everything by herself. So when it comes to her schooling, I know she did that. That is hers. She's making herself something else. And they still sell her stuff at Krazel. So
nice. I'll have to go again.
If there's one thing you could tell your younger self, what would it be?
You gotta answer that too.
Oh, what would I have more fun? Don't take life so serious.
Were you that type that took things literally, or
when I was a young mother?
Yeah.
I was a little bit more serious and a little too critical of myself.
Yeah.
And I guess what I would say to my young self is fake it. Everybody else is.
Wow.
Fake it till you make it.
How old are your kids?
Alex, put me on the spot. My oldest son, Alex, is over 30. I think he's 34. Okay. And he works for Chickamauga Open Land. So I'm very, very proud that he's protecting the land. It's a land conservation.
Oh, that's awesome.
In Southwest Michigan here. And they protect a lot of lands.
Yeah.
And then Nick just turned 31 and he works for True Value in New Buffalo. So I put some plugs out there for them too.
Hey. There's
they're
right and
they're
wrong.
Great people to work for.
Oh, True Value? Sorry.
Even if it's in New Buffalo.
Sorry, I'm Ace, so no.
Oh.
Ace is better than True Value. Sorry.
Yeah, they employed my son, so I'm really digging on this place right now.
Joe is plugging himself in.
No, Ace versus True Value. I think still Ace. But that's awesome. Did you, after everything happened with you, did your did you pretty much spark a new limelight in your kids and saying, just do what you want and live life and be happy?
And my oldest son worked his way through college, and his first real job was for Vickers Engineering.
Oh,
And he got like 3 raises, and he got from the floor up to an office, and he had full benefits. And he came to us and he said, I've never had a summer off. I'll be doing this a week from now, a year from now, 10 years, the same thing. I want to quit. It's just not for me being in an office.
Yeah.
It's a great company to work for,
it is. Absolutely.
but it wasn't for him. And how was I to say, no, you guys stay in the office? I play in the sand for a living. So yeah.
Right.
What he said was, I want a summer off, and I want to practice my Spanish. So I just want to go work in a restaurant and learn my Spanish again. And I'm like, okay. But he went to Roadhouse and he started training for a marathon with Carly Trout, the owner's daughter.
Yeah.
And I now have 2 beautiful grandchildren, and they are happily married.
There you go.
So him quitting his job, it all wound up for the best. So I would say yes. What I have done has done an impact. The youngest son is not chasing money. I wish he'd chase it a little bit, but
Hey, leave those people alone. Leave those people alone. Because
mama worries sometimes.
You stopped
No.
intervening, Joe.
No, I'll do this with him.
Mhm.
He is helping people, and he's helping people because they keep coming back to him and asking to solve the problems that they're wanting to fix in that house.
Oh,
And
okay.
everything
That's
else.
a good way to look
That's
at
a
it.
great way to look at it. And I'm very happy with the job he has.
That's why the only
But
reason I look at it.
He never is in the pursuit of material objects. It's more of living in the moment.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we'll be out stargazing probably tonight because there's a meteor shower going on.
You ever sun gaze?
Sun gaze. I'm not familiar with that
Well,
term.
it's-
I have seen the
it's more-
rainbow around the sun.
It's more of like a meditation thing where you close your eyes and when the sun's setting. Not at its highest
Oh,
point, but
okay.
like when the sun's setting, like towards the beach or
Yeah.
whatever. So I live by a bluff where I can overlook the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I've sun gazed before, and you close your eyes and let that sun hit you right in the face as it's setting.
I do it every time I take pictures of the
Close your
sunset.
eyes
Yeah.
and meditate.
Yeah, every sunset I take pictures of that I post and
Yeah.
everything else. Yeah.
Close your eyes and
So
meditate.
I do a form of that, but I don't close my eyes. So as a photographer, the best light is in the morning or in the evening. So you can find me on a public beach at sunset going down. I should have come down here an hour earlier because I never finished with a sand sculpture because there's always more sand to play in.
Right.
But I love the way the light hits it as it's setting. And sometimes the afterglow after it's set, the sky is even prettier.
Yeah.
And so it just reflects so nicely on my sculptures that I'm busy trying this time of year to ask the people not to stand directly in front of me in between the lake. 'Cause I'm like right on the edge and they come to admire, but
2 days ago.
yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago.
We are lucky to have this view of the sun setting.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And in this area.
So when Wrigley Field hired me, they also asked me if I would do a promotional and come out to, I forget which beach, it's in the Chicago North Beach or something, and open it for the season. So they had Channel 7 down there filming, and they kept doing cutaways as I did a promotional sandcastle.
Mhm.
And the Sears Tower's right there, and all the other iconic buildings that every once in a while I can see.
Yeah.
But the sun is rising over my lake, and that was a strange experience.
Yes,
Very
yes,
strange for
yes.
me. And I like a little tear. I'm like, I think I arrived, but it would be better if it was setting. I mean, I love watching. I've seen some great things. I've seen is it the Grand Mirage where Chicago's flipped upside down and hovering?
Yeah.
I've seen
yeah,
it twice. The Northern Lights. Last year I saw them a
that,
handful of
yes,
times.
Yes. I saw
So
that.
I could never get a good picture of it though.
I saw that
No.
doing at night.
yeah.
At night,
Wow.
where your camera could bring out the different colors in the sky.
I still couldn't get a
I
good
slept
picture
on the
of it.
beach that night.
I was in
I did
pitch
too.
black. I mean, it's the best when you buy a beach when it's pitch black
Yeah.
and you can see it perfectly.
You have a
Yeah.
beach?
Yeah, I live right by the bluff.
I know where you live, but
No, it's
I
not
mean-
a beach down
I mean,
there.
you can't go down.
You can't go down there.
Go down.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because of the water, of course. But just I took myself out there and it's pitch black. Got my camera out. There's some beautiful shots I have. So it's great to see that. Now I saw it one time before that, in the mid 90s in Hager Shore. You could see it, the lights
Yeah.
dancing in the sky.
How'd that go?
Just dancing, dancing. It was a beautiful sight. I mean, I've never seen anything that beautiful in my life, and it was great to see it. I'm glad I got to see that. So that's my story. What?
No, you just opened up.
No, not necessarily.
I got a tear coming down my eye.
No, you don't. I don't see any tears. I see bags on your eyes.
Yeah, I'm tired. I've been tired for the last couple of days. So you said music is very deep in your soul and everything else right now with going on and everything. What was your? I'm not doing this on purpose, James. What was your first? No, I'm not. What was your first concert you ever saw?
No, you did it on purpose.
No, I didn't. I'm not going to ask you. I already know yours.
So unfortunately, I didn't go to that many concerts,
Really?
and I
you.
really
Thank
need
you.
to go to some.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm
because you
trying to
said-
make up.
because you said you want to go to concerts,
Yes.
and music and stuff like that. That made me think of it.
Rick Springfield.
Wow.
It was
What-
1983
Oh, when he's
in Florida.
At least
He
he was in
was-
his prime.
he was a
At least
rep-
yeah.
Well, I recently saw him at the Four Winds Casino about
Yeah.
4 years ago, and he had a big birthday. I think he was like 70 or something. He was still kicking it. I have a friend, Tracy, my 12-year-old friend. People honestly thought she was 12. We just refer to ourselves as 12-year-old friends because that's how we act when we're together. I think it was 2 years ago. She had been to like 30 Grateful Dead concerts, and John Mayer was touring. And so I went to Indiana and I saw,
You saw John?
with the whatever it was called,
Damn it.
with the Grateful Dead. I forget how they phrase it, but that was,
Yeah.
I don't know what I loved more, watching the concert or the people at the concert.
Well, the people. It's always the people at the concert because
Mhm.
that was my first concert was the Grateful Dead when I was 14.
Wow.
And then I became a Deadhead and I watched them every time they came in the area. But it was awesome just to people watching those and that kind of atmosphere, yes. But I'm more amazed because John Mayer's on my list to go see. I love John Mayer because I love all his songs. He's more jamming and just playing for the music in my eyes. So
Yeah, I was like not excited to see him. Like he's
Most
kind
people
of
are not.
full of himself. And then I saw him. I'm like, oh yeah, I get it now.
he can play the guitar. That's all
He
I want. That's what I
was-
want to see.
The guitar, the way he played the guitar, I'm like, oh, he's not just full of himself. I mean, because he has a lifestyle where women are just throwing themselves at him, but he really put on a nice show. And the way he jammed on that guitar is like, oh, I get it.
So, if you had a choice between the type of music you really would love to listen to, what would it be? If you had to just name one right now.
Right now, I've been listening to Jelly Roll.
Really?
Yeah, because he's like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I've been there. I get
The
it.
Reborn Christian, I always call him now.
Yeah, and he's
songs
just
stick
doing a
to-
lot
they
of
stick to-
work
they
with a
stick to
lot of
you.
different artists
Yeah.
that intrigue me. I'm like, because I can listen to about 4 country songs in a row, and then that's it.
I like Teddy
Unless it's old
Swims.
country.
Right.
I like Teddy Swims. God, I love
Don't
his
know
voice.
who that is.
He plays a lot
I've
of
heard of
covers.
Yeah, I've heard.
He plays a lot of covers. You just look it up. If you look him up, he plays all covers right now, but he does on his own. But he's another person with all tattoos on his face, everything else, and he's just touring around and he does covers, and he does covers everything from a rap song to our.
He has a unique
yeah.
voice.
He
Okay.
does.
His voice.
He does.
Yeah, he has
He's
a
like a
unique
Jelly
voice.
Roll almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say his name one more time.
Teddy Swims.
Okay. I will look him up and I'll start listening to it.
But he has
You'll
a
like
few
it. You'll like
songs
it.
out there that are
Mhm.
really draw you.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I love his voice. I almost saw him in concert. I had free tickets. He said, "If you show up, you get free tickets, Joe." They even sent me.
He told you that himself?
No, he sent me the email. I don't care. He could be his producer. I like fucking
Promotion.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I answered a question right that no one else can answer but me for some odd reason on Facebook. And he said, "You got free show tickets. Here's my." He said, "I'm gonna send you an email right now." Or
So why didn't you go?
it was all in fucking St. Louis.
You can get somebody to go with you
I could have, but
to drive.
would you go?
I would go,
Oh, okay.
but it's too late now.
I still have the email. I can always text him.
No, that ticket is sailed.
I bet you it won't.
that offer is sailed.
Do you
buddy.
know? Do you know who I am? I do keep on pushing it.
I know you do. You're aggressive. You're definitely aggressive.
I have to be. You have to be in life. If you really want something in life and you want to go for something,
this is
you got to.
true. I agree. I totally
push.
agree with
You
that.
got to push the envelope
I totally
and never
agree.
go for a no. It's always going to be a yes towards the
Well,
end.
sometimes you have to settle for a no, and then sometimes you
Well,
can't get your way.
Well, that's what they blocked me and
So you overstayed your welcome.
didn't overstay my welcome. Yeah, they're out. Then okay, then all right. I got the hint now. All right, on to the next one. But for everything you've been through for the sand sculptures, I have one more question that I'm kind of curious. If you ever went back to Hawaii, would you want to just live there in just one flight ticket and just build sandcastles all the time?
No, because there's some pink sand I want to play in the Caribbean. I'm not exactly sure where it's at, but I could live. I could live in Hawaii, and because I have grandchildren here, and I can't believe I have grandchildren, but they.
How many grandchildren? do you
I have two.
have? Two. Yeah.
She's almost 2, and then almost 5 months old, and
Very young. Yep.
and I'm fortunate enough to be around them. They live in Bridgman, so I don't know what I love watching more, my grandchildren or my son and his wife parent.
And they have a
It's
Mima
beautiful.
that plays in sand all the time. What kind of Mima would you love to have?
Is that what you call your grandma? Mima?
No, I just did
Again,
that.
are you Southern?
Yeah. Seriously?
That's a
Mima?
Southern Mima.
Yeah, it
Mima.
is.
I
That's
did
Southern.
I did that because of Sheldon, but
Yeah.
Oh, I do love Sheldon.
I just Mima. No, mine's grandma, but Mima. I mean, just have one that plays in the sand all the damn time. Why would you not want to have a grandmother like that? That is awesome.
Well, I'm sure you want to see them grow up.
Yeah.
Watch them grow.
Yeah. So when I traveled, I've been gone for like 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And now I realize that's a little bit too long
3 to 4 weeks. That's a long time.
to be away from them,
Oh.
because I'm totally addicted to their giggles and smiles. It feeds my soul.
Yeah.
That's why they have live videos.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not the same though.
It is not the
not the
same.
same.
You might not, but you can hold it out through. You're getting
That's not the
paid
same.
to play in sand in those 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, but there's a
The
limit.
paying,
to that.
that's your job.
It's a limit to
in
that.
3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah,
Joe, it's a
might
limit.
have found something that I actually love more than playing in the sand.
There's a limit to that.
They say being grandparents is different than being a parent, and I didn't get it until recently.
I'll
I'm
never have that
so
opportunity.
glad to be in this club.
I'm glad you will be, because I never will be. My daughter says no.
You never know, man. You
She
never,
said no.
Never
She's,
know.
no.
you never
she's-
know,
she's-
dude. She's only
No.
what? She's 20 years old.
No, she's determined. She wants to be successful, doing her job and everything else, and have dogs.
You never know.
My son also
No.
has 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still gonna have kids
Yeah.
and dogs.
That'll be awesome, but that'll be awesome. I'm gonna-
Grandpappy. That's what they'll call you. I like that one.
Papa.
Grandpappy.
Grandpappy Joe.
I like it. I like it already. I think we'll have to patent that right there. I like it already, brother.
I'm already patented.
Grandpappy Joe.
Oh, man,
This has
that's
been
awesome.
You've taught me a lot about sand. I had nothing to me. I had no
It's
idea
like
what
that,
was
yeah.
going on with that. And this pink sand. No, you were just saying that about that. Where is this located at?
It's in the Caribbean. I honestly can't remember.
And
where it
you've
is. I'm
never
so tired.
never seen it before. Never touched it.
Never seen it before, but I told you that sand sculptors do like to collect sand. So if you go on Pinterest, you can see people's sand collection.
Yeah.
And again, there was green sand on the Big Island. It's from the gemstone peridot. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's a volcano rock and gemstones in it. And so when it's all broken up, looks green, has a green cast to it.
I'll bring some in for you.
So yeah.
And you said something about Ireland that you would love to go to.
No, I
She
did go to
went. She went
Ireland.
to Ireland.
Yeah.
She went to Ireland.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you did you? Are there
I
any
play-
beaches there?
Yeah, there are beaches, and I did play in the sand, and I made a couple sand sculptures, some mermaids. I didn't have a whole lot of time because I just wanted to do everything when I was there. I don't think I slept at all. But staying in hostels was a new experience. Hung out with a 22-year-old, and I showed her up. Did you hear that, Sydney? I would bring her a donut and coffee in the morning. She'd
Yeah.
still be sleeping. I'm like, it's time to party. We can sleep when we get back to America.
I always said I'll sleep till
So-
in bed like they did in Roadhouse.
Is there any other place you'd like to go as a bucket list?
Yeah, any place there's sand that I can play
Australia?
in. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Australia stands living.
And
for, of
New
course.
Zealand
Of
is
course.
supposed to be
New Zealand, yeah.
beautiful. Princess, like just like all the films that were, filmed. I like going places where the movies I love. When I went to Ireland and Scotland, the last Star Wars had been filmed on one of the very desolated hikes that we took. Because again, I was hanging out with a 22-year-old, so we hiked like 10 to 15 miles every day.
Holy crap!
Well, she also got sick on a bus, so
Holy 10 to 15 miles. That's
a day,
lot of
and
hiking.
it's flat.
That's a lot of hiking.
What other movies that you've been to that you pretty much been?
When I was flown out to Washington last year, I did a road trip and met up with a friend in California, and I saw where Lost Boys was filmed.
Did you?
Really?
And
I just watched that.
First, I'm like, we're 2 miles from where Goonies was filmed.
No way.
Nice.
Somebody, please take me, please.
I'm
And they
jealous.
did.
I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
And it was like the worst windy day, and I'm doing this photo shoot, like, and all the pictures are terrible. I don't care because I was at the house that was filmed for Goonies.
Oh, you were on the beach? Where the
Not I was 2 miles down the beach. Yeah, so you
Yeah.
could see it, but the actual house.
Oh.
where the
and-
wraparound porch?
Yes.
Oh.
You know where the
Chuckle Shuffle.
Chuckle Shuffle.
Guys.
I
No,
was
Truffle
there.
Shuffle.
I did a little chuckle
Truffle
shuffle.
Truffle
Chuckle
Shuffle.
shuffle there, yeah. And then when I got down and realized I was where Lost Boys was filmed, I even
Yeah.
went on the roller coaster there. And I'm overtired. I can't think of the name of the little beach town, but I made my friend take me
Oh, the
twice.
island.
It's New York, but
I know, but it looks like
yeah, it did. And just so much fun. And I'd never really played on the ocean that much. I didn't realize that the wildlife has the right of way. And if the seals and everything came up, that I had to stop building on my sandcastle and move away.
Oh, really?
And that it stinks. It
Is it?
stinks like a fish you should have thrown out, a year ago.
Wow, it smells like St. Joe then. Early in the morning.
And I wasn't used to the ocean spray.
Yeah.
It just felt like I was in a mister all day long when I was teaching out there, that it was so thick, the salt water. Like I could even taste it. And I
Oh, really?
was,
Wow.
like 5 football fields away from it because it was such a big beach. I wasn't on the
We got
the
Lost-
waterline.
We got Lost Boys, Goonies, Star Wars.
And then years ago, we took the kids out to the Badlands, and there's so many films about
Yeah.
the moon
Yeah,
were filmed
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
I've
never
it'd be
been
too
to
long to
Badlands.
list. So yeah, I like to research where I'm going and see what good music was produced there and
Yeah.
what movies.
Right.
Oh, so when I was
never
in
done
Ireland
that.
and Scotland, I did the whole
Don't say it.
Harry Potter.
Oh, good.
Did you really?
I looked at the expensive tour that you could take for the Harry Potter tour, and I'm like, they stopped here, here, and here, and then we just walked the 15 miles
I
there.
thought you were going to say Braveheart. Thank God. Because they filmed Braveheart there too.
Yeah, I do like Braveheart.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
That's my top 3 movies.
That was
Braveheart?
great. That was a great
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
man.
Big Braveheart and It's a
3.
Wonderful Life would be my 3 top.
Big Braveheart and the wonderful
Big?
Mhm.
Tom
Big,
Hanks.
with Tom Hanks.
That
I
was-
know.
that was a
That's
great-
not even my
That was
top.
a great movie.
That's like
But if
my
you go
top
back and
10.
look at it, you're like,
not my
she
top
could have
10.
gone to jail for that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that at all because what happened to me, but no.
She could have gone to jail for that. Yeah. That was a great movie, though.
It was a great movie.
I enjoyed it.
See,
a
my
lot.
thing is, I wish they made a sequel to that just for one
No,
reason.
why?
No, one reason only.
Why?
Does he remember what he lost to gain back so he can be successful?
No.
No one ever knows. Did he lose all that knowledge that when he was big to go back to small and go back?
No.
Did he ever want to go and look her back up?
They probably went in a different direction.
But you know what I mean?
But you just
That's
had
what I wanted.
It was an experience for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was.
See, I'm thinking way too far back.
Yeah.
He missed his mama and his
Yeah,
dad and his
yeah.
best friend.
Yeah.
He was
exactly.
his best friend. I would miss my best friend if I ever had one.
Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puffs.
Shimmy, shimmy, rock. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puffs. Shimmy, shimmy, rock. Amen. Bill on the top. Ooh, say, walking down the street.
Oh, he knows the whole thing. I only knew the beginning.
Yeah, that's all I remember too. Oh, stop it. Stop it. All right, guys.
Sorry.
We get towards the end of the podcast. What we like to do at the end of the podcast, we give shout outs to what you're going to do, what are you doing next, people that you that brought you to this point.
We call this our what do we call it? The Jerry Springer.
No, I didn't want to say Jerry Springer. Don't say that. out loud.
Oh,
But the last segment, not last
Just
segment.
the final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
oh
Yeah.
final
I already
thoughts.
said that
Final-
twice already.
yeah.
Again, if you know any activity director in the Caribbean, call me up. Give them my name. I just want to thank everybody that lives in my community, because I live in a really beautiful community. I believe I live in a place where rich people want a vacation, and then my friends put up with them, and not them, but the people who have 1 week vacation that
Yeah.
kind of ruin it. And so I'd like to say thank you to all my hardworking friends out there at Milda's that I go and have therapy every morning. My ladies at aerobics at Waco Beach House, they really are a support group. It's a wonderful place to live, especially when you get to look at that lake. And for those of you who live by the lake and don't go, why? You would be so much more enriched if you looked at that lake once or twice a year. It's just magical. And again, you can reach me at my phone number. I've lost my website since COVID, and I was too lazy to put it back up, so I'll work on that. But I take last minute jobs. I love doing corporate team building events. So thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. This has been an honor. Go ahead, Joe.
I think I got it. All right.
You've been in deep thought over
I
there.
was.
I thought we lost them for a minute.
No, I was thinking of what I want to say. For you coming on the show and me finding you and knowing that you did this, because I did look up people on Facebook. I hate to say it, but your name did pop up for stuff I was looking for. For knowing what you've been through in your life story, you are fucking awesome.
Thank you.
You are. I'm very amazed by all you have done in your life in general, from everything that's happened to you till you found epiphany and you want to build sandcastles for a living and get paid for it and be a pirate in the sand.
Sand pirate.
You are awesome. And thank you for coming on the show. And I hope you have many more years building sandcastles in your life. And
Thank you. Thank you.
That was very nice, Joe. And he dismounted and took his headphones off. All right, there you go. You get a 10, Joe. Janet, thank you for joining us on the show. I
Thanks for
appreciate it so
having me.
much. This has been an honor to hear your story, to hear all the things that you went through and bring you to this point right now. It's amazing. It's amazing. Now, I'm glad you're out there doing such things as team building for other people and things of that nature. This is awesome feeling to hear you say these things. We're gonna have to get you back on the show.
Okay.
Maybe after the season, the summer's over, and see what you're up to. Guys, for you that are watching on YouTube and Facebook and all the other platforms that we have, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you so much. This is the 109th episode, Third Eye Truth and Podcast.
Hey, I forgot to say one thing. Sorry.
No, let me
No.
finish.
I know. I want to tell you.
Don't let you stop. That just threw me off.
This is from Johnny Ford. I forgot.
Oh, you can wait.
I know.
Geez, you threw me off. Anyway, thank you for joining us, guys. All right, we have this is Monday. We have a episode Wednesday.
Yes.
Who's on?
Zoe's. So far, Zoe's Donuts.
Yes,
I love her. I volunteered at the Mission right next door.
Yes,
Her dad's thing.
Yeah,
So we-
she's,
Fabulous.
she's the one, the food truck down below. Yep, down
Yeah.
by in the little.
Oh, you're
Yep.
gonna like that
Yeah.
one.
hopefully
Mhm.
she brings
Oh,
donuts.
actually, I'm hoping she still says yes. So far, I contacted her today, and
No answer. Maybe she's busy.
She's looked at it, but
She was selling donuts today.
She's selling donuts. She's
Yeah.
doing her,
she
her
wasn't down
job.
there when I went there.
Oh.
I think
Well, she has several locations, you know.
Yeah.
Several trucks.
See, there you go.
good to know. I didn't know that.
Busy. Anyway, guys, those who are watching on YouTube, please and thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing the videos. Continue to do that for us because it helps the algorithm and it gets us out there as a podcast, a serious podcast anyway. All right, guys. What did Johnny say?
Johnny wanted me to tell you also, go River Valley.
RV.
Yeah, that's what he said. Go RV. I went, go RV. What the fuck is go RV? Go RV. Wait,
RV,
River Valley.
yeah.
Mhm.
Johnny said Mustang, right?
Yeah, Mustang.
Yeah, good job.
But they're doing combined sports these days now
What's
because
combined sports?
I think they're combining with New Buffalo because the,
Oh,
They're joining two
it's-
schools.
schools are declining.
Is that
It's-
possible?
Is it declining? And
Airbnb, we have not as many children.
Can that be possible?
That's possible, man. That's
Mhm.
possible. That's
Maybe
possible.
you need to get Johnny on here and talk about combined
have him all
We
the
sports
time.
for
haven't-
schools.
he's coming back on an event.
Oh, for his book,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know he's coming on for
which
his-
I have
In
purchased.
August?
No, yeah, he's coming next month for the week before his show.
All right, guys. I am James Gill, your host. This is Joe Hill, the co-host. And thank you for Janet Moore Schrader for joining us tonight. Said it right twice, Joe. Bam on your face, sucker.
About time you did something.
Guys, thanks for watching the podcast. We're gonna get out of here. Thank you so much. Join us next join us Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I think it's the end of the week already. Join us Wednesday, guys, 8 p.m. We'll see you later. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Oh, wrong one. No, I didn't.
But that was fun.
There we go. Let's get out of here.